Hello guys, and welcome back to The Sims 4. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a renovation. We're doing an apartment today, but not just any apartment. This apartment has a specific purpose. You see, my sim here, Henry, and his two cats, Winston and Winona, live here, and they're actually the Sims we were doing the Blast from the Past challenge with. We've done week 1 at the time of recording this. By the time you see this, we might have done week 2. It's up on the channel. We're doing it as a family. Pretty excited about it, but I put him in San Myshuno because he's an entertainer. He's actually a musician. He's in the entertainer career. We didn't pick that. He picked that. We did the My Story thing, you know, the one where you like answer all the questions and they make no sense and then they make you whatever. But so he has a little bit of starting funds. He's already a little bit into his career. He's already got some things going on, and he's got these 2 little buddies that the story we're telling is that they were strays, and then he picked them up. And when they were like little, and they were siblings, so obviously bonded pair. The other really cool thing is this apartment is happening for me. I built it right after that huge base game update with the whole new kitchen and all of that. So I really wanted to use the stuff in the new base game update, especially the kitchen. I was really excited about the kitchen and about the subway tile, which, okay, can I just say the subway tile? Gorgeous. A little bright for me. And I'm almost certain it's a me problem, so I am not complaining at all. But figuring out how to use that is going to be kind of interesting. But I wanted to use all that in the apartment. I ended up taking it from a 2-bedroom to a 1-bedroom, which is admittedly not great from a real estate perspective, but it's just Henry and cats. And I wanted a much more open, wide, pretty hangout space because it seems like his neighbors are going to be hanging out here a lot. In the first episode, the one we've recorded right now, you, like I said, might see this after the second episode, but I haven't actually recorded that yet. So, like, shh, no spoilers, okay? Keep it to yourself. I don't know what's going to happen yet. But in the first episode, his neighbors were hanging out in his bedroom, and I was like, I don't really want that. And it's just him, so he doesn't really need a second bedroom right now, and I really wanted to prioritize, like, an office space that was also a musician area for him. But it seems like we're going to be doing some field work with this challenge. Small spoilers. So I was like, well, I kind of want maybe like an office space. So I ended up getting rid of one of the rooms. And I made the bathroom like a little bit smaller, which, okay, jury's out. Maybe I could have left it a little bit bigger, but I don't really understand the use case for big bathrooms in The Sims for the most part, especially in an apartment. If I ever get around to building the mansion that's in my head, yes, we'll do big bathrooms. But in an apartment like this, I was like, why do I need a big bathroom? A small bathroom is fine. It has room for the litter box, it has room for the toilet, and the sink, and the shower is fine. I ended up putting these, what would you call them? Shelves? My brain is not working today. Shelves up so that I could put all these different plants on top of the upper cabinets here. And I could have hidden them better, and I could have done like the alt place thing, but I wanted it to be simple. The shelves looked fine. I was happy with it the way it was, and it made these walls look a little bit better because unfortunately in this apartment they are really tall walls. I think they're medium. They might be tall. I think they're medium, but they just feel massive for the scale of the place. I'm not really sure. I mean, I know why they did it, right? Because that's like the thing in The Sims 4. That was like the new build. Although they've done a lot of new build features since then, but when the game first came out, that was like the shtick, right? Was like, hey, you can change the size of walls. Which there are some builds where that makes sense, but like also not in an apartment. You know, although I guess there are some places that have tall walls. Dude, I've been watching a couple of those like New York realtor Instagrams, and I can't remember which one this apartment was on, but like some of them are like ridiculously tiny, and like tiny is fine. Like I could make tiny work. I kind of am in I live in a house and I have use of the public spaces, but like my personal space is a singular bedroom and a bathroom, so like I'm pretty decent at making like a small space multifunctional. And at one point in my life I did actually rent just a room, and I made a small space pretty dang functional. I could pretty much do almost everything in there. But the trick is like I always kind of expect if I'm gonna make a small space work, I still have a bathroom, you know, and like theoretically, if not a kitchen, at least an outlet where I could plug a hot plate and like maybe a mini fridge in or something. Some of these places in New York, there's no room for any of that, and it's a communal bathroom, and I'm just like, no thank you. I'm not paying $4,000 for a communal bathroom. I don't know how people do that. I mean, I guess the New York dream must just be that important, but like, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it, dude. That has nothing to do with this apartment because obviously you have your own bathroom and your own bedroom. It is a 1-bedroom with a large, beautiful kitchen. But, you know, in case you were wondering, I think I would die with a communal bathroom. I don't think I would, especially not for like $4,000 a month, which was the one I was watching. I was like, how are you paying that much money? And you can't even necessarily always use the restroom or take a shower when you want. How? That's insane to me. We went with a soft green, going back to our apartment, with this soft green, because I just kind of liked the color, and I wanted to use the white subway tile. I had kind of decided on that color scheme, although watching this back, I did really like the green. We're going to see that subway tile a lot. I think we may end up doing more than one kitchen build here soon, because I'm just like wanting to use all the new pieces. I struggled here for a while with this door. I ended up, I think, going with this one. I might go with a different one, because like all of the medium-sized doors are big, and I wanted like a small but tall door, you know, and it just kind of doesn't exist. I can't remember which one I go with now. I think it's that one. I think I just leave that one. But yeah, that was a bit of a struggle. And then I set the living room up. It's very cozy. There's lots of kind of gamer vibes, but it's still very minimalistic. I tried to like not overclutter this place because for gameplay purposes too, I don't know where Blast from the Past is going to take us at this point. So I want to make sure like I'm leaving enough space if we have to put like a cupcake machine down or something crazy happens. I left the windows where they were to match the building. I don't always do that. In this case, I did. But then I tried to put a big old entertainment system in, which I still maintain would have looked really cool, I think, in this apartment. And I was trying to use the, is it Casanova Cave? I always want to call it Cowboy Casanova after the Carrie Underwood song, which is not right. But that's what pops in my head when someone says Casanova. But it wouldn't fit with the windows. The stuff I wanted to use wouldn't fit with the windows. And here, I'm looking at I believe it's the refined living room couches. I think I end up changing my mind on that. I think I end up using the Casanova Cave couch, but don't quote me on that. I literally built this a couple days ago. I don't know why I can't remember what I did. Oh goodness. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I used the Casanova Cave couch, which is adorable. It looks like a very nice couch, and it pairs really nicely with pillows and things as needed, so you can actually make it look really plush and nice and cozy, which is some of the Sims couches are hard to do that with, so I always appreciate a good decoratable couch. And I made a custom little like TV area to still kind of make it look built in. I'll be honest with you, the TV looks a little small here, but we make it work. We put a plant and some lights, and then we put a games console, because you gotta have a games console. I love the frame TVs they've given us. We have 3 now. We have 1 that's base game and 2 that come from different kits. And I think they are so cool for Sims builds. They are so nice. Kind of make me wonder about one in real life. It wouldn't work in my house. My TV is like mounted out in the middle of the thing. And I have 2 in my room personally, because I have one that works with the Xbox and one that is too old to work with the Xbox, but it works with other things. So I'm like, got a little bit of a hoarding tendency apparently and won't get rid of it. I use both of them, sometimes simultaneously, because I'm that kind of a mess of a human. One's basically a giant monitor, to be honest with you. But the one in the main living space is mounted on a wonk, so it would not be believable as a frame TV, was the point I was going to make. But I think they're really cool. They're a nice way to have like a cute little cozy spot that doesn't scream like, I watch TV all the time. Because I will say, I sometimes really just like to turn the dang TV off. Like, I'm a big fan of just the quiet, you know? And that catches me some flack sometimes, but I'm a big fan of just like, you know, we don't always need to have noise just for the sake of noise. Maybe that's just me, but here we're doing a little office nook space. You could totally close this off and make this like a kid's bedroom. You could totally close this off and make this a closed-in office with like an archway. You could unangle the bedroom door or bedroom wall rather, and then make it a little bit smaller and then make like a full office. There's lots of ways to do that. The reason I didn't do that is because of the window situation and all of the natural light you would lose in the living room. I don't think it's the end of the world, but these windows are so valuable. I was like, this is how I would set this up. I would have my workspace where I spend most of my time here at the windows. Although realistically you would have to get some kind of cover because the glare and like the backlighting on the screen would be insane. But this is where I would work. Like, I would do my little job here. I would edit my little videos. Like, this is how I would set this up. So, that's how I chose to do it here. I have the keyboard in here. I don't think he has keyboard skill offhand. I think we're gonna work on it, but he does have violin and guitar, so I do put those in as well. And I've put a few different bookshelves, things he can get to, and some clutter and decor. But I put in the double desk because I wanted it as we go. I don't know if I'm going to stick with this idea, but as we go, I thought it would be really fun to kind of make that desk look a little bit more like cluttered and chaotic. Kind of like, because the spoilers, the premise is like you're solving a mystery. That's as far as the spoilers will go. But the kind of thing is you're solving a mystery. And so it kind of has this like vaguely like Nancy Drew, not a detective, but thrown into detective-y type things vibe, you know? And so I was like, it'd be kind of fun to have the desk get, like, a little bit more cluttered as we go, like, hunting through things, you know, just kind of subtle background dressing. I thought it'd be kind of fun. So we'll see if that happens. And for those of you watching, you can watch the series and see if that happens, and you'll know what's going on. And those who didn't watch this build are going to be like, what's happening back there? That'd be kind of fun. Finding a rug to fit this room was, like, nuts. I don't remember what rug I did now, but I remember fighting with this for like a hot minute. And this is, funnily enough, so I built this apartment all in one go because I wanted him to have a nice apartment before we did the second episode, because the last one was just like really dark. It was really dark. It was purple, which I love purple, but like it was like not good. So I was like, I've got to fix this. I've got to make this a more fun, enjoyable apartment to be in for the series. So I sat down and I had like 2 free hours and I was like, I can do an apartment. Dude, I cut it close. I cut it so close, but got her done. But it's kind of funny because I like legitimately just like chilled, watched a podcast or listened to a podcast and built. And now I'm sitting here going, I don't remember. Like I zoned out hard and just enjoyed the process. I have no idea what I did. Do you ever do that? Do you ever like sit and work on a project and by the time you're done with it, you're like, yeah, that was great, but I have no recollection of doing it now? Sometimes I do that. Occasionally I do that work too, and then I have to go back and learn my own code and be like, what did I do here? Why did I do here? We'll see. The blinds kind of clip on that one side, not blinds, curtains kind of clip on that one side, and they do kind of clip with the cat tree. I'll have to move that. But the bookshelf can't be moved because it's a wall piece. It's from the book nook, so we're just going to ignore it. And I didn't really want to pull the desks forward because they're all lined up nice, so we're just gonna pretend. We're gonna use our imagination. And I put one of those music paintings in. It's kind of the wrong color and kind of the wrong vibe, but it felt kind of sacrilegious to not have one in here when I have a musician sim, and a musician sim that is seemingly pretty prodigious at it. So I was like, I have to have like one of those in here. I was gonna try to do both, but they really don't fit the vibe. With this room, it starts out really dark because I was trying to do an ode to the apartment as it was. I was like, wouldn't it be cool if we kept some of the like dark, spooky vibes? And then I'm me and I hated it, so I was like, nah, I'm good. And I started changing it. It's still dark and moody in here, but it gets a lot better sooner, and it has like light wood touches. It's not my most favorite bedroom, but I feel like it's a reasonable ode to like the bedroom that was, you know. It's a reasonable like, okay, this was that apartment kind of vibe, because the main area I completely was like, no, I'm not doing any of this. It's gonna be green and light. You can't make me go dark. So it went a little bit darker in the bedroom here. I think it turns out cool. It's very blue and it's got some pops of like subtle rust colors, I guess, and a lot of like white and sort of these. It's kind of a grayish, huh? I was calling it gray, but I don't even think it's quite gray. It's like a grayish because it's a very warm toned gray and a light wood. And I did end up sizing down the end tables, which means absolutely nothing is going to fit. So I do end up like alt placing those things on there. I fought with it for a little bit, but I do end up alt placing those things. So if you try to place something on there, it will slot funky, but it should be okay. You just have to like do the little trick there, and it's all decor, so it's not gonna mess with them. Like they're not gonna have like pathing issues or like activity issues. If you place an activity on there, they might struggle if it's not in a slot. I actually don't know. Maybe not. I don't think I've ever like definitively like scientifically tested that. But just like the decor and stuff is not gonna matter. They're never gonna pick up that mug or that magazine, so it's fine. It's all good even. And then I really wanted to do hanging lights in here, but the walls are medium, so you know, we struggle bust. It's fine. Whatever. I'll give that dream. So I went with wall lights instead, and I think it turned out fine. They're kind of the wrong color. We'll probably adjust that in gameplay, but it was fine for now. And I went with a lot of the industrial stuff because it had that light timber, which I really liked. And it kind of fit the vibe. It's definitely a dude's room, but I think it's kind of cool. My brother liked it, so, you know, that's kind of all that matters. You know, I got his stamp of approval. But it's still curated. It's still nice, right? Like, it still has good vibes. And then I put a lot of the big cat stuff in here. I do change the colors, don't worry. That blue wasn't it, but I wanted to just see how it looked. I went with the browns. Kind of fit. So, lots of cat craziness in here. There is a cat tree in the main room, and there are some cat toys. So, and obviously there are bowls and stuff, little boxes in the bathroom, you'll see in a minute. So they are well taken care of, but I just put like the big cat chunkiness away in the bedroom because I don't know how all cats are, but for the most part, the cats that I've had the chance to interact with with the exception of my own, which even Cordelia's this way, but Juliet and Honey weren't. Most cats need their space. Like when people are over or guests are over, they need that space to go disappear and like be them, you know? And so I was like, that's kind of what I was imagining here, where I was like, their big like cozy like cat mansion is in the bedroom. So like if it gets crazy, the guests are bugging them, they need some space, they can go into the bedroom and have, you know, their little cozy space. If they want to be out, there's still cat stuff in the living room, and obviously their food is in the kitchen, and obviously their litter box, etc., etc. But like, there was a go sit and be quiet space away in the bedroom where they can just go and be chill and be kitter cats for a little bit, because cats seem very introverted to me. Cats give off introvert vibes, dogs give off extrovert vibes. I could be way off, and every dog and cat is different, but the cats that I've met, generally it seems like really need their quiet space, which dogs do too, and I think a lot of people don't get that. My dogs are crate trained, for example, and I catch so much crap for that. People get so mad when they find out I crate train my dogs, but like, they know, like, their crate train isn't ever a punishment. They're never in there like by force. It is entirely just, I've created a den for them where they know, like, if they go into their crate, I will go check on them, but I won't crawl in there with them. I won't let kids in there with them. You know, it's their space. It's entirely their space. So here's the screenshots. You should be able to get a glimpse of Winona and Winston in here, and obviously Henry. You may notice in some of the screenshots that the game console is missing. I fixed that, don't worry. I really like this little apartment. I think it's going to be a great place for us to hang out and do the Blast from the Past challenge. And it's going to be a great place for Winona and Winston to grow up and Henry to build his career. I am so excited about these Sims. Oh, it's going to be such fun. And dude, the Blast from the Past event has been fun. I've only done one so far, but that was really engaging and fun. So anyways, I think I'm going to leave this here. I've been yapping at you and preaching at you about things. I'm on one tonight. My goodness. So I think I'll let you go here. I hope you're having a good day and you're feeling loved. And if you're not feeling loved, please know that I love you. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here hanging out and making the world a better place by being you. I think next up will probably be, let's see, these go out on Friday, so you'll see another Blast from the Past, and then you'll see a Minecraft, and then we'll be back building more things in The Sims, I think. Sounds about right. Okay. Love you. Bye. Mwah.